I can't go on camera like this. Oh! Hi, it's me, Trixie Mattel. I'm in my home in Milwaukee, portable studio. Woo! And today, we're gonna get in drag. I have a whole makeup kit that I keep in Milwaukee, and like I was packing to come here and I was like, do I have everything? Do I have everything I need to get in drag there? Because my dream is to just keep makeup here permanently, so when I come to visit, I don't have to bring makeup, period. That chef's kiss, right? So today we're gonna get ready with my let me show it to you guys. It's kind of bootleg. Okay, don't say anything, but this used to have a mirror and it shattered, okay? But like, it's like this little train case I got from one of the award shows I did. So we're gonna get ready using this stuff and just see what's in. I packed this so long ago, I don't even remember what's in here. And today we're shooting for Trixie Mattel here in Milwaukee. So we gotta get in drag. We're shooting a scene with a local celebrity you might have heard of in a very famous gay bar in town you might have heard of. We're shooting a little bit at my family's house and I have to get in drag today, so let's do it. I'm gonna glue my brows down, but before I do, make sure you subscribe to the channel here because we have new videos every single week. And I'll be right back. All right, so I glued my brows down. Let's just see what the tea is here. I mean, you guys, I don't even know. I don't even know what's in here. I'm excited to be here. Whenever I come home, my accent pops out fiercely for like a week. And whenever I film a video here or I'm just freshly coming home from here, the comments are always like, whoa, your accent. I'm like, I know, girl. The video, I just did like a get ready with me. You guys know the one where I did like the new kind of eyeliner look. There's a part where I go, a black shadow. And I was like, wow, I really was just home. Do you guys like black shadow? So just an overview of this kit. Like this kit is really like what's the most versatile items that come in the smallest tubes. That was kind of my strategy because I just overpack makeup and I end up going places with like way too much. My lovely Studio Fix powder, and look at this. You guys, I don't even know what color it is. I think Fina just used nail polish to paint a question mark on it because we don't know what color it is. So I'm just eyeballing it. This is probably like an N4 or something, but that looks pretty covered. So there's a lot of products in here that I'm like, whoa, I love these. Like, I don't know if you guys saw on Halloween, I was here handing out candy because my appendix came out, and I did a whole skull face using these KVD brow gels. I love these things. These are like, I think these are one of the best products on the market. I just think they are amazing, so maybe we'll use them. What do I have for shadows? I got a bunch of Wet n Wild color icon palettes. I love these. Everybody can fight me. Everybody can fight me. One of those famous drag queens in the world using drugstore makeup. Everyone can fight me. Wet n Wild Cucumber 3-in-1 Primer Water. I love this product. I love this thing, and I was just looking. This is just gonna be a game of me finding out where some of my makeup went. I'm like, I was looking for this. What did I have the bright idea to bring for foundation? Apparently, I thought it would be really cute to just bring, I guess we're just doing concealers. I have a bunch of the e.l.f. 16-hour Camel concealers. You guys know I love these. I just did a collab with a huge YouTube celebrity, and I got to do an activity where I kind of like shopped for their makeup. And I definitely, this was on the list. I love this product. Okay, so wow, I really went in. I guess instead of bringing foundations, I thought I would pack a million of these. So let's just use these. I'm sure it's gonna work really good. I wouldn't do my whole face in concealers if I had to be in drag like all day, but this is kind of a shorter shoot today. I can tell by the schedule. So let's start. What is this, tan sand? Sure, looks fine to me. Tan sand, huh? Do you guys like tan sand? So on reality like this where like, you know, you don't really know how things are gonna get used, or like some of these scenes, we don't even know what episode they might end up in. I have to basically do my makeup very similarly all the time because you don't know like where they're actually gonna use something. Because it's like reality, but for the storytelling to make things make sense, they might have to move a conversation you had on Monday all the way to Friday. So I pretty much have to do a very similar makeup look all the time, which is fine. I mean, there's some days where it's like this is us doing this and I know it won't move. So then I can do like a bright lip or something, but really a lot of it can't move. And I also change it a little from stage to camera. Like on camera, honestly for me, like neutrals read best. The shapes are maybe a little smaller. The line work is a little more precise. I'm sure when you guys watch the show, which is premiering in 2020, you'd be like, bitch, you look exactly the same every day. Like your makeup looks the same on and off stage. But in my mind, in my small brain, I think it looks slightly different. I can tell the difference. The other thing is I'll have contour on my cheek, but the deepest shade will be lighter. Does that make sense? I won't go to the full white on the highlights of my face, and it won't go to the full chocolate on the lowlights of my face either. This is actually working pretty good. I will say 16-hour camo concealer is a little, I forgot that it's definitely a little drying on me. But for drag makeup, I would rather the foundation look a little dry and then kind of add dewiness later. Does that make sense? That looks pretty good, right? I mean, that coverage is amazing. This concealer is so affordable, and I actually, for being vulnerable at the gig, I think this is better than Shape Tape. I know that that's like a lot of people's like fantasy. It's not exactly my fantasy. I don't know what I was thinking by just getting concealers to do my whole face, because this is gonna take me a while versus like my foundation. But let's just see how it goes, because again, I'm trying to figure out if this makeup kit is sufficient, and we're gonna make a list of things I think I need to add to it. I'm just using a bunch of different colors. This is medium, I think it's medium sand again or whatever I said earlier. Roll the footage back. What did I say? Tan than, huh? I love having a house here. I love having I have a backup of my toothbrush. I have my winter coat here. I have all my medications, vitamins, toothpaste, face wash. I have basically one of everything here, so that when I come visit, I can basically come on a whim and not really have to pack much. In the time of this video, we're here shooting around Thanksgiving, and I'm only here for a day and a half, which is kind of a bummer. I wish I could stay longer, but oh yeah, I was supposed to be here 2 days ago, and I had an emergency root canal. Oh yes, the night before I was supposed to shoot at Netflix, my tooth was just killing me, this tooth. And I had to get up and go to get in drag and go to Netflix and shoot a whole episode with my tooth throbbing, killing me. And then during lunch at Netflix, I said to the producer, Jennifer, I was like, I have to go to the dentist. And we had to call my dentist, Dr. Sun, who I love. She came in from the grocery store on her day off to look at my mouth and help me, which is not normal. She and I have a great relationship, and I can't believe she sacrificed some of her weekend for me. And she was like, you're gonna need a root canal. When can you come back? And I'm in the dentist in drag. She's like, when can you come back? I'm like, well, I'm shooting right now. We're in the middle of shooting Netflix, and if we don't shoot it, my fans are gonna yell at me. I blamed you guys. I threw you under the bus. So I had to come back the next day to get a root canal, which threw this whole trip off. So I was supposed to be here 2 days ago. I was supposed to be shooting this 2 days ago. And the endodontist, you guys, I really don't know the terminology. Endiamic, no. And Andiamos? No. I don't know what he is, but he's the guy who does the root canals. He was there with my dentist, and he said, you know, they say the most painful experience for a human being is childbirth, appendix, and tooth pain. And I had just had my appendix out 3 weeks ago, and now the root canal. I'm like, so am I pregnant next? Like what? What does the universe have in store for me? By the way, I'm just gonna talk in this video, but you guys seem to enjoy when I just rattle things off. Cameras on or not, you guys would be concerned if you knew how much I talk to myself. It would actually scare you. So I'm just kind of building my eye look, or the shapes of my face, into the foundation a little bit. You see, I just went with a lighter concealer under the eye. I don't want to overlayer this because I'm a little afraid that these concealers at a certain point are going to stop layering up in a beautiful way. So I'm a little spooked about that. I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna get a little wild and do more of this light concealer. I really don't wanna f my shit up and get too fierce, but this needs to be lighter. So I'm really gonna put this on. And that's the problem with getting ready for camera stuff, you guys. Everybody's gonna be waiting for me at a certain time. So if I'm not ready, it's bad. These YouTube videos are often the only times I get to try new things. But on days like today where I'm getting ready to go do something important, I'm like, well, don't get fierce. I think this is actually working pretty good. Doing some lovely highlighting in the middle of the forehead. Lovely. I think we're starting to see some shapes. Let's do some tan fan around the bottom of the face. This is too much. I mean, this is very compact, but getting in drag this way is not easy. I'm gonna spread around the foundation on the bottom of the face. I think this is pretty good. So I'm gonna start going in and doing some line work. All right, so you guys know I love this liquid eyeliner in Punk from House Labs. I used this in 2 videos ago. It's so wet, so black. This is a year old. And I got the limited edition version for the Casa Gaga collection. It's basically it in gold packaging. Isn't that beautiful? And you know what? I got one of the new blushes too. I think we should use that later. So that's kind of my shape. I love this liner. It's so black, so precise, and so long wearing. This thing is when I'm washing my face, the last thing to come off. Is that semi-even? You guys, I'm always asking you guys if it's even in a video, as if you're gonna be able to respond in any way. I really don't know. Anyway, the Casa Gaga special edition liner of Punk is beautiful. So I got this Wet n Wild My Glamour Squad color icon palette. You guys, these seem bootleg, but I really love these. guys. They're not expensive, but you know what? This is an expensive makeup channel and I don't care. So I'm gonna go in with some of these. These are so beautiful. Something about the formula of these shadows, you guys, they really pop off. They pop off. Remembering why it's not intelligent to use concealer as foundation, because it is very, very drying. It looks a little dry on the skin, but like I sort of like the foundation. You guys have seen me before. I sort of like the foundation a little wet while I'm doing this, and it's like totally dried out on my face, but it will work. I can live with this. I'm gonna take one of the lighter colors and just like transition this shade. The shade says transition, and I'm using it as a transition shade. I tell you guys, watch this channel for me to make completely obvious and uninspired makeup choices every single day. If a color said crease, I will use it as a crease color. That is how stupid I am. That looks pretty good. So when I'm doing my eyeshadow, I often like to take the sponge and like re-wet the area a little bit, like re-moisten, because like I said, I like the shadow a little wet. I think the outfit I'm wearing today is like I think I'm doing like a black and white thing. So I'm gonna go like a smoky dark thing. I'm gonna try not to use too much black because on TV, you guys, black eye makeup gets very black very quickly and white eyeshadow gets very white very quickly. I mean, I try to on TV do more like dark browns and light cream colors. It does make a difference. I'm not saying I always succeed at that, but you know, there's a better black in this Prados Beauty palette. I know it. This black is really fierce. So let's get into her. All right. Oh, this is getting really crazy. You know what? We're gonna try to calm this down because I'm getting a little wild. When you guys see me whispering into the mirror, it's not a good thing. I mean, I think this looks a little crazy right now, but maybe once I add the liner, it will be like totally fine. I think I just went too dark too fast. I'm gonna do the other side and come right back. I think I'm saving this. This concealer looks gross, you guys. I layered it too many times, like I said I was going to, and it's starting to look gross. But it's okay, I just have to go on camera to show that millions of people are gonna see it. Let's make it happen, Captain. I need a brow color, so. Bueller. I can use this one from the Color Icon palette. You know, the more I'm looking at this shadow, I think it's gonna look fine, and sadly, I don't think it looks better than usual. So, at least there's that. It looks as bad as it always does. Sure, I really don't know, you guys. I'm just gonna do what I do best, which is put the makeup on and try not to overthink it, and then at the end be like, oh, that didn't turn out too bad. I mean, I think most of these makeup videos are me like, I don't know, and then it is fine. But maybe today's not that day. The moral of the story with makeup for me is like, don't get gorgeous, but don't get cute. Because like, you wanna look good, but if you try to, like, today I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna let everyone know. You're sitting there looking like a boo-boo the fool, and you're like, I did this to myself. Like, at least when you're a real celebrity, you can just like fire the makeup artist and never see them again, but when you are your own makeup artist, you can't fire yourself. My job security is there because I'm too cheap to hire someone. All right, so I'm gonna start to sketch around the brows. I got the Light Sand Liquid Concealer, 16-hour camo concealer. I'll say this though, this concealer wears. 16 hours is not a joke, it really stays on. I have a really fat ass Hank and Henry brush collection at this point. So a lot of my brushes I brought here to leave here are Hank and Henry, and they are so good. And at least during this makeup application, I don't have to be worried about that. And you guys know I like these brushes because every time I use a Hank and Henry brush on this channel, I feel the need to say like, this is a Hank and Henry brush. And I wouldn't say that if I didn't think it was like really good. I would say my favorite products I've talked about the most on this channel, it's usually stuff that I just like. It's not like anybody even sent it to me for free half the time. Because I love makeup shopping, so like no matter how much stuff I get for free from companies, I love going to the store. I love going to Ulta, Sephora. I like to go see what people are doing because for me, half the makeup experience is the ads. I wanna see what the other brands are doing. I wanna see their gondolas, what products they're pushing. Sometimes for being like an insider now, I'm like, oh, I bet you I know which lab make that. I bet you I know which packaging company built that. That's actually looking pretty good. Now that that's painted on, I think it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna sketch around. Should I just change my real name to Trixie Motel? I kind of want to. Like once the motel opens, I want to figure out the federal paperwork. Would you guys gag if I change my real name to Trixie Motel? Once again, these brows are not similar, have never met, are in no way the same, and I don't know what to say about it other than I'm sorry for the way I am. Let's start to do some contouring, shall we? I got a bunch of these e.l.f. concealers and Deepa shades. Oh, there's a face primer in here. I could have put face primer on. Wow. As JoJo says, it's too little too late, a little too long, and I can't wait. You know all the right things to say, but you know it's just a little too late. What is JoJo up to? Think JoJo will come on the channel? Tweet JoJo, you guys. Oh, I always do this. I go to look at the mirror and it's not even facing me. That is so stupid. Do you guys realize when JoJo's like Get Out was happening, that bitch was like 13 years old singing like that. That is crazy. I don't want to like tell her story of her career, but I know that she does gay bars once in a while. I think she still does gay bars once in a while. And I always like that about her, being like, this major pop star makes time to play gay bars. That's fierce. If you're a huge celebrity and you have a gay following and you don't feed and water it, you have no investment in your future. Get this, you guys have to do Drew Barrymore next week and then go straight to rehearsal to do the last 2 of my grown-up tours. My tour dates from America are next weekend. So I went from like 100% knowing my show because I'd done it so many times to 2 years of not doing it. And now I'm gonna have to go do it in Los Angeles in front of industry professionals. So it's a little bit of a stressful time. My bass player said to me, well, don't you think you've developed as a performer in the last 2 years? Don't you think you trust yourself on stage more than you've ever have? He's like, so think of that. And I was like, well, it's very sweet, but I think you're just trying to make me feel better. And because you have to be on stage with me, you're trying to gas me up because guess what? I could take this whole show down, bitch. I don't even know what we're trying to accomplish here with this makeup. I really don't know if we're gonna accomplish it. If you guys could see my skin up close right now, it looks like a slice of white bread. It's like not good. I'm just trying to build more coverage because it's looking so bad. I need a makeup wipe, you guys. This nose is so sick. I need to like wipe it off and completely redo it. It is like, it should be illegal what's going on in my face. I never do this. I never have to stop to take foundation off. This never happens. That's how bad this looks. Because usually I will double down. I'll be like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve to live like this. I think the trick is you like have to do these areas all at once. You can't like let them sit and come back because this concealer really does dry. Like that looks fine now. I think I'm gonna have to just redo this whole bottom half of the face. I have to. I can't go on camera like this. Oh! You guys are seeing the real tea. I've been too lucky for too long on this channel with makeup working out, and now you guys are seeing what can happen. I'm gonna let this dry. Breathe, Tracy. And I'm gonna do some of this light concealer under the eyes. And I'm also gonna do the nose. So I'm putting all this on so I can hopefully do the separate areas and have them blend together. But I really don't know. Let's start with the light sections. Let's start with what we can control, what God wants us to have. That looks so much better. So much better. Isn't it crazy that when you use products as they're intended to be used, they work well? Isn't that weird? What time is it? Oh my God. You're witnessing somebody who's actually running late now. As we all know, being in a hurry doesn't really make makeup go better. But laying down this foundation, not over layering, because that's what was going on earlier. Do not over layer the concealer or it's gonna get disgusting. Okay, that looks so much better. Okay, I gotta lay down some concealer on the bottom half of my face so I can do the shit I need to do. Everyone shut up. And we'll do this one half at a time. I'm gonna do a little bit more light under the eyes without hopefully fucking my shit up. God said, try to be cute. Use concealer as foundation. Fuck around and find out, bitch. Okay, that looks amazing. So now all I have to do is not fuck this up. But as we've seen, that can go south. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Now don't fuck it up, Mary. I actually have to get somewhere, so like I can't do this again. So this has to work right now. That looks great. And like I'm working with it while it's wet, which I think is really helping me. Let's try to clean this. Okay, that is happening. I think that actually looks great. The things I think about when I put my makeup on. Do you guys think the girl that played the Spice Girls' friend in the movie Spice World was really her friend? Or was it an actor? I have a right to know. I am not as free as the wind on this beach. I am just gonna finish this though and powder it because I think that whatever like texture sins I have going on with this foundation, I think I can fix them with Studio Fix powder. Studio Fix powder fixes everything. Let's go down the nose. I actually think this concealer does work for drag. I think you just have to go about it the right way. Like it's not cream, so you can't let it sit there and then come back to it. You need to finish that area and move on. That's what I think the tea is, if we're being honest. I will have nightmares about this experience. Like getting ready and having it not go well is like every drag queen's nightmare, and it happens to all of us at some point. And it usually has to do with the way makeup is laying down. What I just experienced for you makeup people, what this felt like was, have you ever tried to get ready somewhere where it's really hot and your skin is sweating so the makeup's not sticking? That's what it felt like. It's like a losing battle. Let's just powder because we have to move on with our lives. I have the one size Patrick Star powder. Look how little it is, look how cute. I'm gonna pound this on because it's not happening for me today. I'm a good person. I pay my taxes. I donate to charities. I don't think I deserve this. But you know what? I brought it on myself. Like that's the problem when the makeup is up. Like it's your skin, it's your face, it's your artistry. It's your fault. I actually think the powder helped if we're being, doesn't that look like 50% better? I think it looks a lot better. I think I just start like shooting in macro because sometimes when I'm complaining about texture, I know you guys are like, I don't see it, but it is there. Oh, bitch, it is there. I have very textured skin. You guys are under the illusion that I have like beautiful skin. My skin is very even in color. Let's say that. It looks very even in color and I don't have acne really, but it's very textured, very dry, very textured. My nose looks like cheese. My skin looks like bread. Back of my head looks like a sponge. I actually feel better now that I powdered. Now that I put on the, I just found an e.l.f. cream concealer palette. I don't even want to talk about it. I want to talk about what I just put myself through. Studio Fix powder in NW10. Let's get into her. Yes, I'm gonna really press this into the areas of my face that were problematic because I need new healing energy from this powder. You know what? It's actually looking really good. Like the journeys. You have to follow the journey in makeup. You do have to trust yourself. Be your own makeup artist. When I worked at makeup counters, I used to teach people all the time, be your own makeup artist. It's like, you can troubleshoot these things yourself. You can figure it out. You just need to be like, what am I not doing right? What's not working? I don't know, emotional journeys we put ourselves on, .com.org. What did I bring for a contour kit? What is this? Contour kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills, light to medium. Like this is more here because it's a kit, not because I actually like this contour palette that much. I don't think this contour palette's that great. I love Anastasia, but I just don't gag for their contour powders. I think they are like a weird mix of dusty and like not pigmented enough. That's how I feel. Now I'm speeding because I'm in a hurry, but paint the neck, paint the neck, paint the neck. So I think it's time to do some liner. I have some fabulous items here. This is the KVD Beauty Brow Pomade in Bleach. It's like an off-white. I love this product for my eyelids. Look how opaque this goes on. Isn't that just like heaven? And it's off-white, which I really like to use for the lid. Because if I do all this white under the eye, if I do an off-white on the lid, it keeps the white looking really strong. But if I cover my eye in white, it tends to draw away from the white. Like this stuff is so full coverage, I don't even need to set it. It just dries on its own. I also have the same product in whiteout, which is so good. This is so good, I love this product. Woo! It's gonna work, the makeup's gonna come together. It always does. I have to comfort myself, like in 15 years of doing this, I've never had to completely wash my face and start over. So I think the only way that would happen to me is if I was like severely allergic to something. There's probably even been instances where it would have been easier to take it all off, but I like fight it to the end. Cause I'm like, no. All right. I'm gonna do a little bit under the brow as well. I love this color, this like bone beige bleach color. It's so pretty, you guys. It's like a cream. Look at that. So opaque, so good. This Lunar Beauty facelift palette has a beautiful shade called All Tea that's like a very off, like beige. I'm gonna press that into the upper half of my lid because I don't wanna do like white. And this is kind of like a yellow, which I think could be kind of flattering. I'm mixing a little white in to white it out a little bit. It's too yellow for me. I have to look half decent because we're filming with a drag queen today who is extremely beautiful. So can I try, please, to look half okay? I'm gonna draw out my liner with the Haus Labs liquid liner in Punk. It's so good, so black, so liquidy. And I'm gonna try not to get fierce, even though I'm in a hurry, and ruin this makeup. I'm setting the white under my eyes with Shivering White. See how fast this makeup is moving now that I'm legitimately in a hurry. The Haus Labs liner is so precise. I like to use it to just sketch the shape, but it's just not really practical to do your whole eye like this. So I'm gonna switch to the KVD Beauty and Graphite, the brow pomade, and I'm just gonna fill in my whole lid with this. It's so easy. Look how black that is, it's so good. Like this product makes you wanna go to the store and buy every color. I just love it. I'm just gonna set the liner with black shadow because I really don't need it going anywhere today. I'm gonna finish this other liner off camera and put on some lashes and be right back. I'm kind of fine with this makeup. I mean, I think it kind of turned out good. I don't know. Let's put a lip on. I know I actually have some really beautiful lipsticks here. Let's see, I got a bunch of MAC lipsticks here. I got Relentlessly Red, I got Snob, Please Me, which is kind of beautiful. Here, I have this Scott Barnes liquid lip color in Commando. Ooh, that's the vibe, honey. That is the vibe. What would you guys do if like I had a late in life renaissance where I started talking like a drag queen where I'm like, that's the tea vibe, honey mama. Would you guys support that or would you be like, what are you doing? I have this Lift and Snatch brunette brow product. I'm gonna go in and do like just a little bit, just a really precise line on this crease. Like that is so much cleaner than that side now. Do you see that? Just that little bit of definition. Big difference, big difference. Come on, big difference. I have edge to edge pencil here. Love this pencil. This is one of my all-time favorite. Look at the sun coming in on my bald head. Oh my God. It's actually a little pinker than what I need. So I guess I die. I have this Elf Retro Paradise liner. You know what? We really might have to go with this. We're gonna have to go with this other lip color. We're gonna have to go with this back talk color because this liner has to match and this doesn't match. So I kind of like it. You guys know I don't really like berries. I would never usually pick a color like this. What do you think? Not my usual vibe, but I like it. I like it, I'll live with it. And finally, blush. I have this Beauty Bakery Neapolitan Bar blush that I love, which is why I sent it here because I was like, well, let's have one blush here that I can like really rely on. I'm so used to wearing liquids, I forgot how comfortable a cream lipstick is. I just feel like I have lip balm on, it's delicious. I'm gonna put hair and a costume on and I'll be right back. And this is the final look. Thank you so much for getting ready with me today. Yes, the sun is coming in the studio. What can you do about it? I'm gonna go shoot some today. I'm just gonna add a little more blush as a final thing. This is this blush from the Casa Gaga collection from House Labs. It says it's like a gel powder. I just wanna try it. I just gotta know. You know what, with blushes, I gotta know. Very pretty. Very pretty. I love these sort of like gel to powder blushes because they're very smoothing to skin texture, which I need. I liked all these products. I love that House Labs liner in Punk. It's one of the best I've ever used. I love these color icon palettes. I think these are some of the best drugstore palettes you can get. They're so cheap. The formula is so good and I'm never disappointed. I love these. I love these palettes. I do love the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I just have to be careful how I use it as foundation, but it actually turned out, let's be honest, pretty good. And this is kind of the superstar every time I use it. This Prados Beauty Palette, you guys, it always has something that I can use. Matte white, matte black, plenty of rainbow shades, and it's an indigenous owned company. I mean, you can't go wrong. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I'm gonna do a little bit of this finishing spray and we can get the hell out of here. All right, I have to go be a television star. Goodbye.